Hey everyone, welcome back to another session with me. I am Sanyukta Saxena and we have been enjoying tangling with the Tangle Mrth and the reticular Pangea, and we have already done a couple of sessions, right? So today we will be drawing another tile, create a story, a beautiful composition using the same tangles and a few more to go along with them, right? So starting with my 4 dots right away, connecting the dots with a light-handed freehand line to form a border with a sense of gratitude and appreciation, right? So let's get started. Today's session, let us start with a simple, probably I'll start with pork on one side, something like this. Yeah, so you must be aware by now, pork starts with something like this, a string across or a loop kind of thing, right? So that's the basic, and then we start inserting these slanting lines, right? So I'm just going to zoom in a little. Yeah, so I'm going to insert these slanting lines to insert the pattern, the tangle pork, on one of the corners of my 5 tile. Yeah, so once we are done with these lines, now start with orbs. So I'm going to first insert an orb in the center of each of these sections and then squeeze in more orbs like this. So you can go one down each, or you can draw and fill up one section completely. It is entirely up to you. Yeah? So whichever way you want to go about. So I'm not drawing complete orbs here, kind of squeezing in and drawing behind like this. Yeah. Then moving on to the other side. If you want, you can add one more hidden here and then like this. So you can insert small ones, big ones, whichever way you like it. Just take your time and add these orbs in each of these sections created by the slanting lines. Fill in the small little intersectices formed either at the same time, or you can get back to them after you finish inserting all the orbs, whichever way you want it. Yeah. So we are done with our pork. So let us now insert something more. So I'm going to just draw a tangle called static. These are all Zentangle originals, right? And static starts with a zigzag kind of line. It need not be, straight or, all of the same size or length. It just zigzag, random. Yeah. And then I'm just going to start auraing it. Yeah. So again, a purely line based tangle. Keep rotating your tile. Don't move your hands much. So you can always add some weight at the turning points, right? So you can vary your pen pressure so that there is some bit of extra ink at the turnings. Right? You can also have a broader line in between, insert something else and then continue with the same auraing. So different ways of adding variation to a simple tangle. Yeah, so just add some nice printums in between like this. Take your time. You can add anything else. You can draw mukas, you can draw duda, you can draw onomatopoeia, whatever you feel like. Objective is to enjoy. Choose tangles that come easily to you. Yeah. So done with that. Again going to replicate the zigzag, add more auras, just as we do for the tangle static. Yeah. Complete one section. Again. Right? So take your time and just keep adding auras. So you're done with one section. Yeah, so that's the tangle static. Now moving on to the next. So let us see, what do we want to do? Probably add some any tangle of your choice. I will probably add some bands here. One band, something like this. Yeah, just for reference. I'm going to add Xander. Yeah, so Xander has these broad sections, something like the trunk of a tree or a bunch of straws or whatever you can relate it to. Right, so I'm dividing this semicircle shape into some sections like this. Yeah, and then I'm just going to start with some lines, slightly curved and with some highlight, preferably in the center section. Like this. Zentangle original, Xander. Yeah, so you can always add some weight to the bottom so it will look nice. It will add some character. So take your time and slowly connect each of these sections with these slightly curved kind of lines. Yeah, so I'll just continue like this. So I am done with drawing my Xander. Yeah, I'm going to add a nice close outline here. Just aura it closely like this, and then I'm going to ink the rest of the section, this in between section that is left. Right, I feel like inking the section. Right, if you want you can add some orbs here and there if you don't want to ink it completely. Entirely up to you, that is also possible. Yeah, like this, and then ink the rest. So I'll just ink it. Take your time, and there is no hurry. ink it nicely, right? So I'm almost finishing with my inking, and you can see how it adds that much required drama to your tag. Yeah, so we have already used couple of tangles here, but Mrth and Pangea. So moving on to our next set of tangles. So I'm just going to add a band here so that I know till where I have to restrict my tangle. Yeah, so I'm going to use this space for Mrth and Pangea, right? So first I'm going to just use the space for my Pangea. Right, so now let us start. So you can insert a whole lot of things here, so up to you what do you want to do. So I'm going to start with some fescues. So don't bother much where to draw, what, how, just go with the flow. Not thinking much, right? And then just ink this small little section left, and then this part is taken care of. So you just need to start with these lines, the 90-degree horizontal lines, whatever is visible, just go with that. Yeah, and then continue drawing your tangle. Yeah, so that's one. Again, moving on to the next, I'm going to again insert a C shape. Up to you, you can all go with fescue itself or you can add different things, right? So let's just add a little variation here. So going to go with some Bronx cheers, in fact Bronx spears as it is called. So adding the next line of Bronx cheers arranged like spears. Yeah, again one more line, start with bigger ones and just draw behind as you approach the end. Again going to insert one more. Take your time and just draw whatever you feel like at that point of time. Yeah, and one more line here. Right, so again you can then now mix a few fescues here and there, right? So it creates a nice variation, and then again come back to the usual. So done with the second one. Again Up to you, how do you want to go about the third one? Either keep it same or you can add different things, right? There are a whole lot of tangles that you can choose from. So just make up your mind. Probably something like a tangle called Mrth. So just adding auras to the first line that I've drawn, all the lines meeting at one place. Again, drawing behind. So there are a whole lot of things that you can do, right? Again, you can either keep it uniform or you can keep trying different things, whatever you feel like. Just go with the flow, what you feel like. After all, you're trying to relax here. So creating beautiful compositions is all about combining tangles, right? So basically, once you have some 20-25 tangles handy, you are easy with them, they come to you nicely, easily. You start realizing that certain tangles gel well, gel little better, right? So, and then it's always a nice idea to combine them together, right? So that's how you start to build beautiful compositions. Yeah, there is no hard and fast rule how. It's just about practice. So again, going with the fescues only, small little variation, probably adding a little eye. Yeah, so take it easy and slowly do the same exercise again. Complete your mirth. Yeah, and the last one here. Yeah, I think we are done. Just about auras. Yeah. So let us now move on to shading our tile. Yeah, so I'll just zoom out a little. Yeah. Perk. The best way is to darken one side and to highlight the other. So add some thick graphite on one side. Right. If you want, you can add small little things to these bands also because they are pretty big. So if you want, you can add some orbs, some dots, if you feel like. Entirely up to you, optional. Since the bands are thick enough, I thought probably I can insert some dots. Dots come pretty handy as far as embellishments are concerned. Yeah, so just blend the graphite on one side, darken it, give a high and low effect. As far as static is concerned, highlight the peaks. Yeah, so once you highlight the peaks, just darken one side, again high and low. So one side starts to recede and the zigzag starts to show like folds. That's the best way to shade your static. Yeah. As far as Xander is concerned, again, it's best to shade on one side, right? So I'm going to darken one side. Since this side is black, so I'm picking the other side so that this shading is prominent. Again, these bands have spaces, so if you want, you can highlight, you can add, embellish, whatever you want to do. Yeah, or you can leave it the way it is. Entirely up to you. Right, and then moving on to Mrth, places from where my fescues are emanating. First, I'm going to highlight those places: fescues, meringue, Bronx piers. Those are the tangles that we have used. Right, and then you can probably highlight the bottom of your Mrth, right, little more, yeah. So don't add too much. You want the whites also to be visible. A little touch on this border. So much of confusion outside, yes, so much of calm within. Yeah, that's the way one should be. Should not be impacted by your surroundings beyond the limit. Yeah, so much growing outside, so much confusion, so much to accommodate, and yet inside is so peaceful. Yeah, so let's pick up our chalk pencil, highlight the other side of our pork, highlight the other side of the static. Use a different blending stub, soften the chalk, highlight the inner side of your Xander. Right, so just high and low shading, nothing much. And probably a little touch on your Mrth, just a small highlight. possible, wherever possible. Right? Sorry. Yeah. If you want, you can add some dots as I always do, but it's okay if you don't in this white section, because there are already big orbs there. You can give a slight touch if you want, otherwise it's not required. Right? Sorry, a little touch under the bands I think would look nice. I'll add a little more towards the under. So shading is as per your senses, your instincts, what you feel like doing at that point of time. No standard method. One orb, two orb, third orb, color a part of it to form a bubble. One orb, two orb, third orb, color a part of it to form a bubble. One orb, two orbs, three orbs, color a part of it to form a bubble. Yeah? So that's our tile for today, our composition for today, right? Keep your calm, no matter what is there outside, no matter what the environment in which you are, keep your calm. Yeah? I'll see you again. Till then, have a good time. Bye-bye.